Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Rita Valente. This is Women Manifesting Dreams, episode number 10. I have here someone who's in Cape Town, right?
Yes.
I love the technology. I love that I'm in Mexico, you are there, and we can have this conversation. Thank you so much for being my guest. Thank you so much for being here. And let's inspire some people. So start by telling us who you are and what you do.
Yes,
and
amazing.
welcome.
Thank you very much. It's so nice to be on here, and I love the topic we're going to be talking about today as well, and the whole idea around this, which is really cool. So my name is Ashleigh. I'm an NLP mindset and energetics coach. I work with women, obviously empowering them to live a better life in all areas of their life. So whether that's professional, love, relationships, money, there are so many things, so many ways that we can feel our best selves, and I help women into that space, how to be your best self in any area of your life where you're feeling stuck or things are feeling sticky. So how I came to be this is because I had a 9-year journey with anxiety, and it was one of those like debilitating anxiety where you can't leave your home, or so you resonate very much with that.
I am still there, so yeah. So keep going.
So it's one of those where it's like it impacts things that you do on a daily life. It's definitely held me back in so many ways. And after having 9 years of having anxiety, I managed to heal myself from it naturally and bringing my body back into balance. So when I did that, I was like, okay, this is amazing. I want to teach women how to do the same. I want to empower them to do the same. So I became an anxiety coach, and actually started as an anxiety coach when COVID hit South Africa and went online. But because I haven't had anxiety for about 5 years, I couldn't resonate with my clients and what they were going through. So I kind of understand what they were going through, but obviously anxiety changes and it morphs, and it's always, there's like all these, everyone has these common things that happen with anxiety, but it changes quite a lot, and I couldn't resonate with everything they were going through. So I did create a program. I coach clients through it. That is still very helpful. I know it helps clients who have anxiety, but I knew that so much of our anxiety is created from our mind. So much of it comes from what we think, what we'll worry about, how we perceive ourselves, how we perceive the world. So I studied to become a neuro-linguistic programming practitioner.
I am as well.
Yes, amazing. I know, I so love that our journeys are so close together, like we're doing similar things, which I loved learning about the mind, because I've always been someone who's been interested in psychology, but I never studied psychology. So having that tool and then going, okay, I'm here to help women with whatever is they're going through. It allowed me a lot more freedom, which is one of my values, to coach women with what they need, whether that is health, whether it is relationships, whether that is business. And I'm someone who likes to coach from experience. So because I have my own business, I do find that I work with a lot more women who are in their own business, because I like to teach and coach from what I'm going through. And business is currently what I am doing, what I'm focusing on. So I have the tools to help everyone, but of course, mainly focusing on female entrepreneurs at the moment. So basically, long story short, that is how I got into doing the work that I do today.
I want to drop, like, I have been having an insight on the last 48 hours. It sounds like a really stupid saying, but it's so powerful. I am moving back to Europe, so I'm taking my cat. It's a lot of little details, and if you have anxiety, these little details go. And I'm going to be out of work. I'm not going to work for 5 days. And how is that going to, your brain starts creating a lot of stories. And I realized on the last 2 days, I woke up, and it's very normal to wake up. If you have anxiety, you wake up with anxiety, because it's when your levels of cortisol are lower, I think. So it comes up. But then I was on the bed, and someone said to me 3 days ago, oh, you are operating by fear. And that is a normal thing. We hear this constantly, but for the first time it clicked. And I could say to my anxiety, where I talk with her, I could say, this is just fear. This is not real. It was the first time then I could say it. I understand, this is normal. This is just fear. And so create that boundary between me and my thoughts. Really, it's a basic thing. It's obvious that is fear. You should know that. But it was the first time like the coin did drop on my brain. And another interesting thing when you have anxiety is when you don't have it, you don't remember you had it.
Yeah. Oh, yes. So I know that anxiety, as they say, is not even an emotion. It comes from fear. So I'm so glad that you brought that up. It's like anxiety isn't actually emotion, because fear is the main emotion, that it's like an arm of fear. That's anxiety. But anxiety comes from a lot of trying to control everything. There's a lack of flow in life, and that's where it comes from. Especially Louise Hay, she's got that whole, emotions manifest into things that you're experiencing, suppressed emotions. And she talks about anxiety being not in the flow of life, not trusting the natural flow of life, because you're trying to control every aspect of your life, which increases the cortisol, which increases the fear. And obviously, as we know, control comes from a lack of fear. We try and control everything because we fear that we can't handle everything.
It's such an easy way to explain. It's so powerful what you just said. But since we are talking manifesting,
Yes.
I found two different interesting things about anxiety and manifesting. One of them was I had terrible episodes of anxiety some months ago, like almost 1 year ago. I could not sleep. So at 4 a.m., I was going to be awake with night horrors or night terrors or whatever you call it. So I was jumping out of the bed like a T-Rex was on my room, like I was going to be killed. And it's a terrible place to be. And you just want to run. I just want to run. I did want to run away as fast as I can. But I found out as well. And one day I had this conversation, this talk with anxiety, and I told you, bring on, just bring it. Just give me all the pain, all the fear, give me all in one time. And then I realized that my anxiety took me to take decisions, then even if they are not what I did want to do, it brought me out of a situation that was really hurting me. So if I did not have anxiety, I was not coming out from a relation that was hurting me. So can be a good thing, even if we don't understand it. But another way is controlling our anxiety, help us manifesting things. So I understand that many people prefer to not be under medication for anxiety. I did try that and did not work for me. So the way that it works is sometimes I have my pills there. I don't need to have them. I don't need to take them, but I just know they are there.
Yes, I did the same, especially when I came off them, because I did go on them. And I was like, it just numbed everything. And I didn't feel happy. I didn't feel sad. I still have felt anxious at times. So eventually when I'd done this inner work to like bring my body back into balance and I didn't have anxiety, I weaned myself off, obviously with the help of a doctor, but I still made sure I had a pack in case. It's almost like a mindset thing. It's like, if I need them, it's there, but I don't actually need them kind of thing. And I love that you brought up your story with anxiety and the terrors. It is, I think there's also a lot of past trauma stuff that comes up, past life trauma. I know my anxiety, the second time I was free from anxiety for a year, and then it came back for like another 2 years. And that was trauma related, definitely dark night of the soul, initiation, something definitely going on there. So I feel like what you're going through sort of feels like that. There's something from your past life that's coming up to be looked at, to be healed. But yes, anxiety is a message to us, a message that something is out of alignment, a message that there's something we need to look at. And it's true, anxiety gave me my greatest gift. Not only did it help me uncover that I wanted to empower women, and that was my dream, but it showed me how brave and how strong I was as a person. So it gave me so much. So I say it was always the most unwanted gift, the hardest gift that I ever had, I received, because it was a gift, but a very unwanted gift in a sense.
Yes, it's a really interesting thing, because if anxiety was not here, I was not here in front of you. I did not become the healer than I am with the powers than I have. And I can say this with no shame or embarrassment, because I know how good I am. And I could just be good because I can feel what other people feel and I can guide them. So that being said, let's talk manifesting. So
Yes.
what kind of offer do you have and how can people find you online?
Oh, amazing. Okay, so currently, actually, which is just so, well, coincidence, I'd say, is that I just opened up a brand new mini mind today called Behind Business. It's the energetics behind business. So I'm not teaching you strategy. I'm not teaching you that. I'm teaching you the energy behind how you price your offers, how you show up, how you feel about selling. We're going deep into making sure you are in alignment with what you are doing in your business so that you can manifest the success you desire, the clients, the money. You won't let yourself sell something if you don't align with it. You will completely self-sabotage. There will be something that will be off, whether it's the price, whether it's not feeling safe having clients come in. So that opens today. Otherwise, of course, working with me on one-on-one, that allows for someone who's not in business as well to work with me and, you know, find out more about other offers I have that are not only business related. So online, I am on Instagram, I'm at Ashleigh Camilla. My website is ashleighcamilla.com. And then on Facebook, I'm Ashleigh Harrison.
Okay. And what is next for you?
This is a very, very good question. So I've been, obviously, this is where this whole topic that we spoke about building momentum and magnetism to manifest what you want. When I started my business, which was about 2 years ago, I obviously had, okay, cool, I'm going to have a 100K business. You know, I went with this huge goal of what I wanted. And as I started to explore more and more about business, as you know, you and I are great at what we do because we have experienced the things that we're helping our clients with. And I had to go through a lot of hardships, a lot of mindset struggles, a lot of being, you know, questioning myself in business, my values, how I wanted to show up to get to this point where making a huge goal not mean anything about my worth, about my success. So I think for me, what is next is bringing more of a playful energy into my business and not making a goal mean that I haven't got somewhere in my life or haven't got somewhere in my business. So still setting goals, but goals that feel fun and fulfilling, not ones that I'm like trying to get at the whole time and make them mean that I'm only worthy if I achieve it.
Sounds good. Tell me one thing that you manifest in your life already.
There's been so many little things, especially I love to play with movies on Netflix. So I'll often be like, thanks universe for, you know, for the Pirates of the Caribbean coming on or something like that. And the movies will pop on and I'll be like amazed. So, but big things would definitely be my partner that I'm with. I was single for 5 years. Obviously, through anxiety, working on myself, I couldn't be in a space for a relationship. So I wrote down.
Because let me just stop you and talk about that.
Yes.
It's hard because point one, they don't understand us. Point two is a lot of shame. I had a lot of shame. Because when I was having a panic attack, I had moments, then I did things that I'm not proud of. Then I to push my boyfriend away so he did not see me like that. For me, it was better to have it alone than to need to, because they don't know what to do with us. And then we feel guilty because they don't know what to do with us.
Yeah.
It's a terrible, sad thing to be, because we are, and you have moments and you really believe you are going to lose your mind.
That you do. And that's the thing, is you don't feel safe in your own body. And how can you then expect, you can't hold space for you and that person in your relationship. So it becomes very difficult. So I'm, you know, impressed that you had a relationship when you had anxiety, because I could not be in one, and also of course was smart, you know, couldn't look at being in one while I was going through all these things and these obtrusive thoughts and these, you know, really questioning who I was and why I was having these kind of experiences.
Why me? Right? We have some moments, then we ask, why me? Or when is this going to end? Or will be this ending anyway?
Yes.
Because you have moments, then you have moments, and I'm being very raw here. You have moments, then it's so hard. Then you contemplate not being alive anymore. I said, I cannot handle this. I cannot handle this every day, constantly. It's about coming to manifesting. So you manifest your partner after 5 years.
Yes, yeah. After 5 years, obviously being single and working on myself, I wrote a list of the qualities I wanted and put it in a drawer. And then he just magically happened to appear a few months later, and obviously we're still together now, building a beautiful life together. So that's probably the biggest manifestation that I can currently think of. Of course, there's a lot of smaller manifestations that are still coming, but that's the big one.
What is the secret for manifesting?
This is a very good question. I suppose the first thing that initially came up is, how much do you desire it? I think so many of us think that we want something because we see someone else have it, and we think, oh, well, let me manifest that. But if it's not something that truly aligns with you, it's not something you truly want, you will sabotage yourself. You will put blocks in place so that you don't actually achieve it. So it's how much you desire it, but how much do you believe that you are deserving of it at the same time?
Exactly. A message to your younger self.
This makes sense. This one makes me a little bit emotional thinking about that, especially from having anxiety. My younger self would never have imagined that I would have gone through something like this. I'm sure the same for you. So I think my message to my younger self would be that it all turns out okay.
A message for your older self on the future.
Stop taking everything so seriously.
Okay, nice. And to end this, I want a beautiful quote. Do you have one, or do you want to share one? Can be yours, can be for someone else.
The first one that came to mind, but I suppose it's because we have been talking about anxiety, is the one by Deepak Chopra. He says the worst use of your mind is, the worst use of your imagination is anxiety, and the best use of your mind is, well, I'm stuffing up this quote big time. The worst use of your mind is anxiety, and the best use of your imagination, I think, is creativity or something like that. Yeah, something like that.
When you are in creative energy, you are not in surviving energy. You can just be on in one or the other one. So that is so true.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It was beautiful. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being my episode number 10. I'm going to say bye to you properly, but now I'm going to say bye to these people. Don't forget to follow our group on Facebook, Women Manifesting Dreams, and be ready to embrace life, live your dream, make it happen. Take ownership of the result before you have any clue about how to get the result, and just be happy. My name is Rita Valente. I'm your host. This is Women Manifesting Dreams, episode number 10, and I see you soon. Bye-bye.